in Italian food, I prioritize the lighter sauces. I do.
Wow.
I'm colorist.
That's tough to hear. I'm a red sauce man myself.
No, I'm like white sauce and then pesto and then red sauce.
You fuck around with that vodka sauce ever?
A little bit. Vodka sauce is good. That's red.
Yeah,
it's
pink. Pinkish. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still lighter.
It's reddish.
Yeah,
coming to ABC this fall.
I don't want any of that darky sauce.
I love that you said that, but after you looked over your shoulder at your Martin DVD. I hope Tisha Campbell doesn't hear me. I don't want any of that darky sauce.
She didn't either.
The government growing babies. Microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally worked to prove that if you cut open the keloid on the back of Ving Rhames' neck, it will in fact bleed coke and crown.
I hear that and I believe that. There's no doubt in my mind.
That's what it looks like it's full of.
It seems like it, not only will it bleed coke and crown, but there'll be a little bag in there too, like a little purple bag.
The bag comes out of the kilo.
Oh, Ving.
Oh, Ving.
I'm one of your hosts, Langston Kerman.
And I'm David Bory.
Yeah, and we're here, David, celebrating our 100th episode. This is the 100th episode of My Mama Told Me. And if I get the words right, we'll celebrate.
That's a big deal. I don't think Martin got 100 episodes.
Did Martin not get 100 episodes?
I'm looking at the DVD collection on my shelf. He got...
You guys can't see this at home, but David could not have turned cleaner and more clearly to the DVD collection. It's as if he like looks at it every day, like some sort of almost memorial for Martin. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, it's my DVD section. I have Martin and then I have Meteor Man, because that's harder to find than you would think.
Oh, Martin got 132 episodes, so we've got some work to do if we're going to keep up with Martin.
All I'm trying to do is catch Martin.
Catch Martin. And maybe don't hurt Tisha Campbell in the process.
No, we love Tisha. We love Dwayne. Oh, they're not together anymore, right?
No, they're broken up.
Damn,
she really leaned into that singing career when they split, and that wasn't great.
I feel like the time is not now. She had the time.
You're 50, baby girl. Stop this.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't need a single. We don't need a single.
We don't need it. And frankly, she's proven herself, and this is what's so disappointing for me, at least, with Tisha Campbell, is she's proven herself to be one of the greatest sitcom actresses in history. She's been a part of some fucking classics. I don't need you to go make mediocre music.
No.
I need you paired alongside one other black man who people are going to say is difficult at times.
Or Pam. If her and Pam toured like various county fairs, barbershop openings, Raising Cane openings, things like that, I would be into that.
I love the idea of somebody opening a Raising Cane's and being like, and now a performance from Pam and Gina, y'all.
That's everything I want in a day.
They come out and they do all their classics. They do some stuff from Little Shop of Horrors where we first met them.
Exactly.
And then they go into maybe they do the Everybody Hates Chris song just because that's in the wheelhouse, I suppose. And then they close it out with with I guess I don't know, riffing. They just
I
riff
think they
for
do
a
some
while.
riffing. I think they close it out with like an En Vogue song or something.
Oh, they start doing
You see what I'm
covers.
saying?
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're both of their catalogs are not that deep.
No, they don't have very much. In fact, even in the list, I gave away a song that does not belong to either of them. So, you know.
That was a good song though. That Everybody Hates Chris song.
It's, you know what? It's, I think, 10 seconds long, but them motherfuckers was nailing it the
All
whole
you
time.
need. All you need.
You just need a little taste.
Yeah. You know, that was actually sang by the Weather Girls, the same ladies who sang It's Raining Men.
Is that true?
No.
I don't know. You have Martin DVDs on your wall. I
do.
thought maybe this was just a little tidbit that you had sitting in your pocket. You know
No,
what
it
I mean?
sounds like something I would know.
It does. I was convinced.
No.
And I'm a fool to
I'm
have
sorry.
believed.
You're not. You're not. You're fine. You're fine. That was crazy. I abused my power, and I understand.
Well, we can't bullshit much longer about
No.
Tashina Arnold and Tisha Campbell, both lovely classic actresses in the Black sitcom space. But today we are celebrating 100 episodes of the show, the centennial, if I don't know what centennial means. And so with that, I thought the best way for us to celebrate, because you haven't been here the entire time. In fact, you're a much more recent add to the journey of My Mama Told Me, although you were on one of our very, very earliest episodes.
I was on early. They forgot about Dre. I came back.
Then a white man made a song about not forgetting about you.
Yeah.
And here you are again. But I thought a fun journey for us to take on together is to go back and look at some of our favorite topics, the topics that sort of came up early in the Rolodex of our bullshit here at My Mama Told Me, and we'll just talk about them. Some of these you probably haven't gotten a chance to hear, and so I'm excited to hear all of your thoughts, Bori, on all these different subjects.
I got some too. Bring it out.
I know you do. What better way to start? And this will be exciting for our listeners because this is actually the subject of a long lost episode, an episode that never actually made it to air. Our earliest guest, who technically was not our earliest guest recorded, but our earliest guest was Will Miles. I'm a big fan of him.
Shout out to
Boy,
Will.
I know you know him well.
Chicago.
Hell yeah. Do that for every person I list.
I will.
Where are they
do the
from?
City
I want
that
you to
I know if I know it.
But Will actually did our test pilot for the show. And with the test pilot, he came with a theory that I had never heard before. And up to this date, have not heard again since. He said, my mama told me the mail is being used to send poisonous perfume samples, possibly government terrorism.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, it's not a quick one.
Cause when was the last time you got a magazine with a perfume sample?
That's a big question.
What is he? What magazine is he still getting?
Where he's like at best, look, the only magazine subscriptions I have were completely by accident at this point. You know what I mean? Like you bought an item and then they're like, well, technically by buying this, you get a subscription to our magazine.
I have a GQ magazine subscription that I bought because I tried to pretend to myself that I was that kind of a guy. And now I still have it. It still comes every week, but I don't.
Whoa. What prompted GQ? What happened where you were like, I think I'm going to be a GQ dude
Sometimes
now.
I'm all stoned on the internet, just like, you know what? I don't know about, different fragrances and fashion trends. Who could keep me up on that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I need some kind of an aggregate to adult manhood, and I thought that GQ would be that. And I have not. I think I cracked open one like 6 months ago. That's it.
Whoa,
It's embarrassing.
You know what it is? I feel like with GQ, I'm not convinced that I'm ever gonna look the way that these guys look. And so it intimidates me, if I'm being honest. I'm looking at these guys and sure
Yes.
those outfits are cool, but would they be cool on me? I'm going to talk shit in a bar. I ain't really about to do all this cool stuff. They're laying
No.
in bathtubs in suits. You know what I mean?
They're in like speedboats with wood paneling.
Mm-hmm.
Like every speedboat that I'm on has like neon colors.
Yeah, I'm a plastic speedboat man.
Oh, big time, big time. It has like a dumb name. Like, you gotta
The
rent
malarkey.
it. Yeah, yeah. People are smoking like Black and Milds on it. Like that's the problem with GQ. Is it's a little too. They need like a lower level GQ, like for like not gentlemen, but just like so. I don't know what the term. What's the step below gentleman?
Right.
Like is there a term for below gentleman?
I think that's called middle manager.
Okay, we need like a middle manager's quarterly. Like you got some bread. You got some bread. You got like your TV is wall mounted, but you don't necessarily have health insurance. Like I can look like those guys.
It's wall mounted, but it's still got those cords underneath it.
You didn't pay for the tuck.
No, you didn't get it tucked in.
No,
so here we
no.
are. And yeah, you probably want to see what fashion you can pull off.
That's all I want, man. That's all I want.
I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
that for you. And to that, I think in your magazine, at least by your suggestion, I'm assuming they would not be putting the perfume samples and cologne samples inside of it.
Here's the thing, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like I've never tried to use a cologne sample and pass it off as cologne I'm wearing. It just doesn't work, man.
Right.
It's not enough.
Yeah, they don't give you a lot.
It's like one spray. I got a lot of real estate to cover.
Yeah, these crops are they're gonna need a little more
Come on,
a little more
man.
greening than that.
Come on, man. One spray, my whole body. But that's why I wonder Will must be getting like Black Tail or something. Like what magazine still has perfume?
So what's fascinating is, and this is something he and I talked about when we originally had this conversation, but it actually was all this theory, this fear was all started from an email that was sort of circulating. This is back when emails used to circulate, if that makes sense. And the email reads, and I'm going to read it verbatim. It goes, "Urgent news from Glen Eagles Hospital. Urgent," with 5 exclamation points after that. 7 women have died after inhaling a free perfume sample that was mailed to them. The product was poisonous. If you receive free samples in the mail, such as lotions, perfumes, diapers, etc., throw them away. The government is afraid that this might be another terrorist act. They will not announce it in the news because they do not want to create panic or give the terrorists new ideas. Send this forward to all your friends and family members. Diane J. Ford, Office of the Chief of Police, Office of Risk Management, 101 M Street, SW, Washington, D.C.
First of all, people are getting perfumes, lotions, and diaper samples in the mail?
I think in the late 90s, we were mailing everything.
That's true. We were so, before 9/11, we were so flippant.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck who
No,
got
man,
what
I'll
in the
put
mail.
this lotion in the mail.
Yeah, just put this big old tub of lotion in the mail. Let these ashy niggas figure it out. And now we're very careful. To your point, now you barely can spray yourself with the cologne. But back then, you get a whole Dracar Noir in the mail, and they call it a sample.
Send me some of that Aquadigio.
Yeah.
What's that, $6?
What happened to us, America? You know?
We used to have so many cents. I
had it.
I feel like poor people don't wear cologne anymore, and that's a big issue.
What was your go-to cologne when you were a young upstart, a young man figuring it out?
I had a bottle of Adidas.
Oh no.
That I got for Christmas in one of those packs. You know how it would be like the Adidas cologne, the Adidas deodorant, and then like
Yep.
a pair of Adidas socks?
Of course.
I got like one of those, and I used that. That was probably like 8th to 9th or 10th grade.
Yeah.
And then I got Aqua di Gio because this girl named Alana had told me that it smells really good. And then that kind of carried me to my early 20s. And then I was thugging No Sense.
No
Now
sense.
I'm Tom Ford.
Just raw dog out in the wind.
Just trying to live, man.
Now, tell me this. Did Alana notice when you bought the Aqua di Gio?
Of course not.
Oh, fuck.
No.
That's hard to hear.
She was elevated, man. She had like, yeah, it was never meant to be.
You give your heart to these people and they don't give it back. You know, they truly don't.
No.
Like the fact that you remember she was the one that planted this seed in your head is always going to ache at you. And she's not going to be like, damn, I told David to wear that. And I never complimented him on how well he smelled. You know what I mean?
I've thought about it. Realistically, I don't think she would remember me.
That's so painful to hear, dude.
And I've been on TV. What do you think I did it for?
A lot.
You think I did it for the money? No. It doesn't pay that much if you're not a star. Like,
scales.
You
people don't realize that, but it's 100% scales.
You know how many bit parts I got to do to buy a car? Probably 60. I just do it so Alana will see. So maybe Alana is sitting down in her home.
And she never notices. She
never knows, but I'm hoping maybe she watches Pause with Sam J. She's like, wow, I seen that guy before. I recognize his freewheeling feelings about drugs. And then, she looks me up and then, oh shit, he's verified. And then she sends a DM and I don't respond.
Good for you. Don't give her that. I hope that she watches Pause. She goes, I had a feeling David would do crack someday.
Yeah.
But I still have feelings for him. I still feel like it's unrequited love. I'm going to send him a message and then you big timer hard.
Block that bitch.
Oh, you're blocking her. She can't even see you anymore.
I'm giving her the Mutombo finger.
Oh, shit.
No.
You had your chance. So one of the things that we discovered in sort of talking about this apparent conspiracy theory is that the email was completely made up. And it was sort of rooted in a lot of like the hoax and energy that was born out of 9/11 and the anthrax scare, right?
I was scared of anthrax.
There was no evidence of it actually being real. These 6 women, whatever it was, dying in this hospital from sniffing perfume. But in sort of riding the anthrax wave, some idiot at home was like, I'm going to start telling people their perfume samples are poisonous and see what that does.
And it didn't do anything. It stopped perfume samples, right?
It did. It certainly put a little bit of a bind on the perfume samples.
I haven't got no free perfume. Because now that I think about it, I do remember not me, but my mom, it would be that tiny bottle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like it'd be like that tall and like really thin.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those since. I think it's since 9/11.
Yeah, I feel like back then you could get a sample and get on an airplane with the sample in your pocket, and now they're like, this is just going to get people in trouble in every way possible.
You could get on an airplane with pocket knives, aerosols,
your shoes. Now
BB
they take
guns,
your shoes from you.
Everything, man. It's like going to jail.
Give me your belt.
Well, not me. I have clear, but for poor people.
They're like, these seats are too small. You're going to want to kill yourself. Give me your goddamn belt.
Give me that belt. No shoelaces. It's also why I fly in Crocs. I got a whole system.
Yeah, I'm a big flip-flop flyer now.
You have to to get, and I'm not like a savage, right? Like I got socks on. I'm not like a white person, but like you have to get through. You just have to get through fast,
Yep.
Slide it out.
It makes everything easier. And it also makes it so you don't feel like some weird urge to kick off your shoes, which which I've done, and frankly, it's real nice, but I also feel terribly ashamed afterwards.
Yeah, you should feel bad. That's one thing you should feel bad about.
Yeah, no, I'm not proud of that at all, and I blame my father.
I would not have taken you for a shoes off on the plane kind of guy. I'm shocked.
I don't want to be that guy, but if I'm being honest, once you do it, you're like, this is luxury that I'd never imagined before.
That's a freedom I won't allow myself to taste.
That's fair. I think the truth is we could all afford a little bit more China in this country. There should be a little bit more.
Whoa.
There should be a little bit
LeBron
more
LeBron James.
hard fastened rules of shit that we have to follow, you know?
Okay, I hear you.
We can't just be freewheeling everywhere, you know?
Right. You're right.
And if it means that I have to keep my goddamn shoes on when I'm flying through the air, I'd respect it. I'd serve.
I appreciate that, because that is nasty. You can't. It's bad for everybody.
All right, let's dig into another one. I feel like that we did everything that we could on that.
Solved it.
It sounds like you don't believe it for 1 second.
Not even kinda.
You believe it kinda.
No, not even kinda. I don't.
Oh, not even kinda. Great. Okay.
And I believe shit.
This was a fun one. Carl Tart,
okay.
Our former guest, Carl Tart, very funny man. You can.
Crooked letter, humpback.
Oh, you knew, you remembered. Okay,
I'm good.
Yeah. You're nice with it. But Carl Tart actually came to us with a conspiracy theory that he said, my mama told me if you eat spaghetti from a woman you don't know, she might put her menstrual blood in it and put a hex on you.
Yeah. There's a Kevin Gates song about it.
Okay. And
Fatal Attraction.
Is that more convincing for you or less?
I don't know.
Does Kevin Gates believing something make you feel more solidified in it, or truly like you're trapped in a manic place?
I am okay, this is gonna get weird. I think that if there was a rapper who knew how to put out an evil spell or knew about evil spells, it would be Kevin Gates.
You
know
now,
what I'm saying?
When you say that, are you referring specifically to male rappers? Because if it's all rappers, I'm going to Azalea Banks every time.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I guess male rappers, I'm not sure, but anyways, that's not the point. Do I think that they could make you coochie spaghetti and run your brain? I think that the ways of women are very mysterious, and that I don't. Oh man, I don't, because it's not like she's gonna make you a zombie if you eat it, right?
No, I mean, I think the implication is that it's more like a love potion than it is like a full submission of your being, if that makes sense.
That could be true. That is pheromones, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what we're talking about?
I think so. I mean, I truly was going to let you think it through, but then you were like, it's pheromones, right? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just saying, because it's not only spaghetti. Spaghetti is just the easiest way to put, right?
I think the implication is that spaghetti is the best place to hide it because of the matching color of the menstrual blood to the pasta sauce.
Okay. But she could also put it in your pizza then.
I think she could. I think for specifically Black people, we're not known for making a ton of pizza, certainly at home.
Right.
Like if I go over a girl's house and she's like, I made you a pizza, I'd be like, bitch, what's wrong with you?
Are you trying to trap me? Kevin Gates told me about this.
You ain't Italian. What the fuck is this?
But if she's making spaghetti, you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is nice. If this is black. If it's Black people's spaghetti, it's cooked in one pot and it's got sugar in it for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just a regular Black lady doing Black people stuff.
And then, do you ever get the fat ass garlic bread that they sell at Safeway?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man, that is good.
that Texas toast type shit.
Yeah. That's good on spaghetti. We should just make some spaghetti after this.
Honestly, we should just turn this podcast into a spaghetti cooking hour.
Spaghetti appreciation. You know a weird thing about spaghetti? I refuse to eat it in restaurants.
Whoa.
Yeah, I refuse.
Why? Now, tell me more. Does it have anything to do with menstrual blood?
No, I think it's just I've had it at home so much. I'm not gonna dress up, go out to eat, and give a tip for some spaghetti.
Sure.
That's insane. That's insane. It just doesn't
It
make any
does
sense
feel
to me.
like the lowest rung of of starter foods in a lot of ways.
It's the cheapest pasta.
It's the cheapest pasta, and it's also the one that we all feel the most confident even approaching. So it's like, yeah, I shouldn't pay a stranger to do this.
I'm not paying anybody for spaghetti ever.
I do think that's why when you go to restaurants, they often add like the bolognese to it.
Oh, is that with the egg?
Yeah, now, I think bolognese just means like it's like a meat sauce, if I'm not mistaken. And I think part of the reason they make it sound more Italian than it actually is because they're like, well, you can make spaghetti at home, but do you know how to make bolognese? And it's like, okay, all right, I guess you got me there. I don't really know.
I feel like I could.
Oh, you can make bolognese.
That's what I'm saying. I need the white sauces. I need the cream sauces. And that might be racist. I prioritize white sauces. But do I believe this? Anything's possible.
Have you ever eaten the spaghetti of a woman you did not you were not committed to? You were just sort of like canoodling with?
The spaghetti? No. I feel like every time it's been like auntie spaghetti. I don't think I've had like a woman I'm dating spaghetti. Not because of this. Just because like if I'm eating your leftovers, then it feels like we're dating. Like I'm kind of like, I'll drink your juices and stuff, but like I commit to heating a plate. It feels a little too personal.
I got you. So truly it's more of a type of pretension that's kept you unhexed.
Yes.
More than not wanting the spaghetti of a stranger.
Right. But, that being said, if you're out there, age appropriate, got a good job, you can coochie spaghetti trap me. I'm open. You know what I mean? I got health insurance. I'm a small business owner. I got a few credit cards.
Give my man your coochie curse. He's available for coochie curses and titty tricks as well. Whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, all sort of down bottom trickery. I'm for it.
Put some breast milk in his cereal. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe that one is real though.
So you're feeling good about that one as a potential real curse that we're all facing.
I think that's that seems like some witch shit. Yeah.
Okay, I like this. I like that we're heading towards that direction. This is a fun one that came from our former guest Naomi Ekperigin. Very funny. And Naomi,
welcome to New York City.
New York City. That's right. Do you know which borough? You know which section of New York?
My eyes are getting weary. My back is getting the King of Queens song. Is it Queens?
She's not from Queens.
Damn. Okay, wait.
I think she's a Harlem native, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Midnight at the Oasis.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, damn. I did the New York, though. That was pretty good, I think.
No, you nailed it.
Okay.
Naomi Ekperigin said, my mama told me that white people don't get cold.
To a degree, yes, this one is true.
Yeah, we actually did a bunch of research for this one and found out that there's fair amount of legitimacy to this conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I've seen them go nuts in the snow.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Just like, I've been like driving down the road before in the snow and seen like a white guy with no shirt on. Or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Or been like at the grocery store in a blizzard and some dude walks in shorts, like all that kind of thing. Like, I've seen that stuff.
And you're a Denver native?
Yes, sir.
you've spent a lot of time in a very cold atmosphere with a lot of primarily white people. I imagine you've seen them at their most exposed.
They'll drink cold beer in a garage if it's snowing outside.
Jesus Christ.
I know. So this one isn't even, I don't even think we have to go deep. This isn't even a conspiracy. That's a fact. That's like, we all knew that.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty legit. I do wonder how often these stereotypes are making their way back to white people in a way that that they're hearing that black people or anybody else is saying these things about them. And does that then make them go, hey, maybe we should work on that. Maybe we should not do that anymore.
If there's one thing I've learned about white people is that they don't do that.
Fair.
So
not a particularly reflective bunch.
No, and that's not even that one's not good or bad, right? It's just like,
no, and frankly, I think it's better for them given the environments that they often trek in. I think it's certainly a safety net of sorts.
I will say my water heater went out for a couple weeks, so I was just raw dogging these cold showers. It makes you feel good after. The shower is not pleasant, but the way you feel after is very good.
Oh.
Even now, I finish all my showers with a cold blast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! No, thank you. I'll miss out on that opportunity.
Try it one time. You don't have to shower in the cold. Just like end it with a cold blast to get your whole body cold, and then get out.
Damn, that's gonna be tough for me. I'm a real hot shower man myself, but
even in the summer.
Even in the summer, I sometimes I go out and exercise and then I come back in and I take a shower and I'm still sweating after the shower, and I need that cold blast more than anything. But I'm too much of a coward to head in that direction.
No, you got to do it because that double sweating thing is the worst. I call that double jeopardy. It's the worst feeling because then you're like, why did I even take this shower?
Yeah, this is a complete waste of a shower.
No, yeah, now I'm just double wet.
Damn. All right.
Yeah,
so
that one's easy.
I gotta welcome cold showers into my life, and white people, you can just keep doing you, baby. Yeah. No notes. You're killing it.
Yeah. Maybe try putting some coochie juice in the casserole or whatever it is you make.
Yeah, your tuna fish casserole. Put a little pussy juice in there.
See what happens.
You can hex somebody like black people do with spaghetti. All right, here's a fun one that comes from my friend, Mr. Nate Marshall. Nate Marshall is a very talented poet that I know, but Nate Marshall came with a conspiracy
I don't know
theory.
where he's from.
That's okay. I'll give you some context clues. Same place as me.
Chicago?
Chicago, baby. He's a Chicago native.
Chi-Town.
Yeah.
Windy City. Let me get a beef. Isn't that what you guys
do? Let me get a beef.
Isn't that what you guys do out there?
Yeah, I think you've been watching one television program in particular and decided that was the entire city's personality. But hell yeah, I've heard it said.
Hey, dip that beef.
Behind chef.
I've seen some other stuff. I knew that. That was a Chicago show. I know about your place.
Sure. Nate Marshall came with a conspiracy theory that he said, my mama told me that Timberland is owned by the KKK.
The producer or the shoe company?
The shoe company. Yeah, not the Timbaland is not currently being held captive by the Ku Klux Klan.
I don't know. He did like a One Direction song. It went nuts at the end there.
That's fair. He's had some problematic points in his career. Yeah. And maybe this was like the KKK nudging him, being like, boy, you're making too much heat. We need you to draw it back a little bit.
We need you to get buff and we need you to chill out.
Oh, man. I hate when a rapper gets buff.
I cannot stand it. I can't stand it.
Truly, some of the greatest have gotten buff and it's ruined everything I liked about them.
Nobody likes you better.
Yeah, no one was like, you know what Busta Rhymes needs
A
is
bigger neck.
is to not be able to touch his toes and kick his legs anymore.
He looks like it's hard for him to move.
Yeah, he's just so fucking stiff now. And he used to be able to like jump on walls and shit.
I don't think he's got that anymore.
He was so fucking fun, and now he's
was-
just buff and weird. Ugh,
He doesn't look fun at all anymore.
No, and Timberland's the same thing. It's just like, you were a silly Billy, man. Just stay a silly Billy.
You were out there in Virginia hanging out with a guy named Magoo. Now you're buff.
Come on, man.
With
Call
fucking-
Magoo.
Come on. I bet you Magoo wasn't for it.
Oh, this is a fun conspiracy theory.
I bet you Magoo was not for it.
I love this, that the reason that they no longer work together is because Timberland came to him one day and was like, Magoo, I'm going to start getting buff. And Magoo said, no, Timberland, no. Remember he had that high voice?
It was so
No,
high.
Timberland.
It was so high. Also went at Madonna weirdly. That was always strange to me.
Oh,
You remember that on Up Jumps the Boogie?
yeah.
He said a lot of things on that song, but he said, no fan of Madonna, she's just a damn slut. Didn't fit with the rest of the tone of the song, I felt.
This is a Magoo line?
He says, yo, it was crazy. He says, up in the cut, like gay niggas in butt. No fan of
Whoa.
Madonna, she's just a damn slut. I swear to God, that was the line.
That was the pair of bars that he was like, got him.
It was crazy. He sat down and wrote that.
Yeah, I see why they cut him out of the camp. You know,
Yeah, you can't have that.
you can't be
can't.
talking like that. Magoo.
2022? What are you doing?
Come on, man. That Timberland didn't have good vision for his body, but he had good vision for his career.
He knew.
He was
that-
like, I
he
can't
was
keep hanging out with this dude who's gonna shit on gay people and Madonna. This is
What
a
was that?
bad combo.
I completely forgot the conspiracy we were talking about.
Oh, I'll remind you, it was that Timberland,
Yeah.
the shoe company, is owned by the KKK. Now, what I should tell you is that part of where this conspiracy theory comes from is that the tree on the shoe is believed to, or at least there were theories that the tree on the shoe that is part of the Timberland emblem is believed to have a noose hanging from it.
Okay. I gotta Google this.
Yeah, no,
Because-
look it up. There's a little bit of an argument here.
I've never had a pair of Timberlands because I'm from the West Coast for real.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Is there? I can't tell.
Yeah, that's part of what they argue is that like it's some shit that you really got to like study.
Okay. And that is there. But now they're like marketing towards black people, right?
Well, that was the original. Some of what we discovered in this episode is that they did not originally market towards black people, and in fact pushed back pretty hard when the shift started to happen. They were a working class boot for working class white men, and then it started to shift into hip hop culture. And at one point, statements were made where they were like, "Hey, this isn't really what we were aiming for," and then they had to retract those statements and fully become like the nigga shoe brand.
But working class, weren't they always expensive?
No, I mean expensive in the sense that like they were expensive for a workman's boot, but you were meant to like buy a pair of Timberlands and keep them forever and always. That was their big argument. Was like, yeah, you're investing $150 in these bad boys, but this is like your forever shoe. And it wasn't until hip hop sort of introduced its relationship with them that they started going, well, you're going to need a new pair of Timbs every year.
Right.
Because they get scuffed and they don't look good no more.
See, I always felt like if I got Tim's, I would get the beef and broccolis because they would hide dirt better. But so here is why I don't believe this conspiracy theory.
Okay, tell me more.
Timberland, not just as a company, but as a product, has helped out too many black people for it to have for it to be run by something like the KFK. I almost said the KFK. I'm hungry. Like,
The
you know what I'm
Kevin
saying?
Federline connection is running Timberland.
Like, think about how many black men have gotten some Timbs and then got laid or a deal or
Mhm.
something. Like, or just like we're able to stun on people. Like, it causes black people too much joy for me to think that they would want to be invested in that.
Yeah,
For so
I think
long.
you're right to feel that way. What we discovered in the episode is that Timberland's actually owned by a family of Jewish people, and so they
I
have
have nothing to
no
say about that.
they have no connection whatsoever to the KKK. Moreover, this conspiracy theory, similar to the first one we discussed, actually was a part of another internet email chain of a poem that was supposedly written by Maya Angelou, where she suggests that Timberland is owned by the KKK. But I
What?
assure you, this poem was not written by Maya Angelou and could not have been written by anybody who has written poems before.
I bet that do you think she said Timberland before, right?
Maya Angelou?
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you think she ever, because her voice was Timberland. Like, I would love to just hear her say it.
And we'll never get that chance, big dog.
I wonder if she ever said it in private. I bet she said it before.
Here's what I think might have happened. She was in Poetic Justice, and there is some possibility that when she was hanging out with all those rapscallions on the set of Poetic Justice, she
Like
mentioned
Guy Tori?
Timberlands. Yeah, Guy Tori.
She was showing off to Guy Tori.
I know Timberland. I've smoked jazz cigarettes.
Timberland.
Timberland. The KKK owns Timberland, Guy Tori.
Man, I would pay $1,000 to watch a conversation between Maya Angelou and Guy Tori. And then like Pac trying to get in, but she like won't let him talk.
Yeah, she's not interested in Pac.
No, she likes that dark meat. Whoa, do you think Guy Tori smashed? Respectfully.
Oh, so in this story, you're feeling like, oh, there's a sexual chemistry happening here.
Yeah, that's why she's trying to relate. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, I think I was just thinking that she was like personally fascinated with the depth of Guy Tori. But I love that you're like, but also she trying to suck on him.
I didn't say it like that. She's one of the greatest our nation's ever. She's trying to suck on it.
Come on, man. Don't bail on me at the end.
Okay, you're right. I'm still in it. I think maybe she was trying to suck on it. You don't get old and stop wanting to suck on it, I assume.
No, you gotta do that till the day you die. You gotta want to suck on it till the day you die.
Right.
So we miss you, Maya. Let's say that before we move on to our next one. We miss you very much.
I don't like that you called her Maya. It feels too familiar.
That is too familiar.
We miss you, Miss Angelou.
Auntie Angelou. We miss you very much.
I'm sorry for this whole last 5 minutes.
It's not good. And frankly, we'll have to cut it out. But
we should.
But we had fun.
I liked it. I mean, I liked it. It's complicated.
Okay, here's a fun one that came from Bashir Salahuddin.
Chi-Town,
that's right. I'm glad you knew. Bashir came with a conspiracy theory that actually put a spin on one that I thought I believed. But Bashir said, my mama told me that rich people are investing in space exploration so that they can kick the poor people off of Earth.
Oh, that's backwards from what I thought.
So they're not trying to escape themselves. They are trying to set it up so that they can get rid of us.
That seems like too big of a project.
To
me. Like, just like, logistically, there's so many more poor people, and the Earth is already kind of like heading down.
Yeah.
That it seems to me like this is backwards.
Whoa.
I like it in theory, but I do think that like that's just right. You know what I'm saying?
No, the numbers feel off. I agree with you.
Yes.
But here's what piqued my interest is that rich people don't leave where they are, right? That it is much harder for them to set up a new system and a new hierarchy, a new functioning structure.
Because how will they still be rich?
How would they still be rich if everybody is up there with them? How will they ensure that their resources don't get depleted? If you go to Mars, you are still outsourcing all of your materials and oxygen and all that shit. Like, it's a lot of fucking work that they're expecting to do. Whereas if they stay here and ask us to do it, the physical labor is available and they don't have to change their lifestyles at all.
That makes sense. But also, wouldn't they need some poor people to stay? Because who would do all the work?
And I think to that point, he never specified that it's kicking all the poor people off of it.
Okay.
I think he's saying, like, we can kind of start to skim the extra bodies off the top, get rid of some folks, and still keep our laborers here to serve as they need.
I mean, I could believe that. It's like them busing all the homeless people to California. I believe that.
Yeah, California is a nice place to live, but not if you got bused there by a bunch of people who don't care about you.
Yeah, but it's better than Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's better than Milwaukee.
You know what I mean?
Objectively, even if you know everybody in Milwaukee, California is better than Milwaukee.
I think everybody in both places would agree.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in Milwaukee's like, this fucking guy, he doesn't know what we got going here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, we got a waterfront.
We got 2 breweries here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm for this one. I think I get it. Because I think it was like, also if you did it on some slow shit, like it's not all gonna happen tomorrow, right?
Sure.
It's like a generational plan.
Yeah, they're not gonna put all of us out at once. I think it's more of like picking and choosing who can go at one time and then suddenly convincing a bunch of people to join them either willingly or unwillingly.
Yeah. I think that was solid. I think that's a good one.
Let me ask you this: where do you land in the in the space exploration of it all? Are you willing to go to space?
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Nah, man.
Tell me why.
For what, bro? Like, yeah, it could be great, but it could be ass, and then I'm just out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the risk doesn't seem worth the reward. I'm not like that. I'm not that adventurous, man. There's a bunch of places there's places in America I haven't been. The fuck I gotta go to space? I could just go to the Florida Keys one time. That's new.
So to your point, there's plenty of exploration you could do here.
Yeah.
That doesn't require any space navigation of any kind.
Yeah, space is interesting or whatever. I have no want or need to go see it.
I respect that. That makes that lands about where I'm at with it. Like the reality is like I ain't gonna get to see all of Earth, even if I stop doing this now and just started exploring. And there's enough resources to figure out here that I don't gotta be up on the moon or nothing.
Bro, I lived in Los Angeles for like 6 years. I've been to the West Side 7 times. Like, you know what I mean?
It's scary over there sometimes.
Man, there's a lot of weird coffee shops I don't understand. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, no, I'm not for it, but yeah, I do believe in this conspiracy 100%.
Here's an amazing one. This is one of my favorites that came to us from the Lucas Bros, the Lucas brothers.
New Jersey,
that's
Patterson.
Right. They're Jersey boys.
Yeah.
The Lucas Bros actually came with a conspiracy where they said, my mama told me that the brandy curse is real.
VSOP or I want to be down.
We're talking I want to be down.
Okay.
But I do think if you drink enough brandy, you curse yourself in a different way, for sure.
I mean, if you drink enough brandy, you want to be down.
You want to be down, and you're not getting back up, baby.
Yeah.
This is permanent.
What is the Brandy curse?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked that. The Brandy curse is a debate that has long stood online of every actor on Brandy on the show Moesha actually being cursed with death. That like all people and all things close to Brandy eventually die in sort of like unfortunate or terrifying circumstances.
Is this because Hakeem died?
It's not just Hakeem, but yes, he is a major factor here. But Hakeem has died. Merlin Santana died. The dude who
Haji.
Haji, that's right. Adele, Aunt Dell, whatever her name was, yeah, died. Andell, that was her name.
Andell.
Bernie Mac died, who was also Uncle Bernie on the show.
Right.
Then on top of that, as you may well know, Moesha Brandy has also killed multiple people in a car accident. That was not her fault. It wasn't her fault, but in a car crash, 2 people died a result of being close to her. And then there's some other sort of like looser examples of people who, being close in proximity to Brandy, have suffered various kinds of curses or sort of like downfalls in their lives.
Here's the thing, though. Cheryl Lee Ralph ain't going. Monique ain't going.
Whoa.
Fredro Starr ain't going.
Still with us, baby.
All mainstays on the Moesha platform.
Mm-hmm.
Ray J, gonna be 200.
Thriving.
Doing well.
He shouldn't be doing anything, but he's fucking thriving.
By all accounts, should have been dead. Like, there's too many. I get that a lot of people, I think that Brandy sucks. I think if you go back.
What? You don't like Brandy?
I like the music. I think if you go back and watch that show, Moesha, kind of a bitch, to be completely honest. Bro, when was the last time you watched it?
I haven't watched Moesha in some time.
Yeah, man. Go back and watch Moesha. She's a bitch.
Damn. Was she just a bad friend? What was her deal?
She's just like, she's always making fun of Kim for being fat. She's like super mean to D, who's just trying to help her out. Like, her dad bought her a Saturn for her birthday, and this bitch said, no, that's not my style, and made him take it back. And she was gonna, I guess, save up for a Jeep? Fuck out of here. You got a free car? I didn't get a car. My first car was $600. I was like 23. Like, I don't fuck with Moesha.
Well, I'm starting to hate her guts just off
Langston, do a deep dive. Go back and watch that show. It was like, yo, you watch that show, and it's like crazy where you're like, I can't even believe this got through. Like, nobody, I feel like the writer's room, that's who we need to get, is somebody from that writer's room. Because I feel like the writer's room, they peeped it, and they were like, you know what, Brandy's kind of a bitch. Let's just make this show about her being kind of a bitch.
Whoa. So you're saying, if I'm understanding you correctly, that Brandy was giving negative vibes to them during the creation of the show, and they subsequently punished her.
Yeah.
Through the writing.
Moesha is not a super likable character. Like, she always does the meanest, rudest thing first.
Wow.
Yeah,
I gotta go back.
You gotta go back. It's on Netflix right now. Shout out to Ray J, though. I don't want him to feel like I don't want this to fuck up our relationship, Ray J.
You don't want to get on Ray J's bad side.
I don't.
He's a man who will send people to sex you in the butt, according to
he will get his niggas who like
his own admission. He will pay people to come fuck you in the booty hole because I guess he's upset with you. I'm not really sure. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I don't want you holding me accountable for me being not having taste. This is truly something Ray J said on The Breakfast Club.
He said a lot of things in that interview.
In reference to Fabulous, who has come up twice in this episode now. But he was very upset with Fabulous, who made fun of him for playing piano at Floyd Mayweather's house.
Right.
And then he threatened to have Fabulous both murdered and sexed in the butt.
I don't know the order. I don't remember the order.
You gotta hope for murder second, right? If you just for the morality of the humans connected to this, you gotta hope for murder second.
I think in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're willing to do both for money, it's like whatever, man.
All right, I guess.
Because that could happen on accident. Remember, Weebay fucked a dead lady.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No, I'm not saying it's good. That's not. I'm not like saying Weebay is a hero. I'm just saying that. I don't know what I'm saying. Actually, this is gone.
That's sort of my point here.
Yeah,
folks.
this went crazy. This
really went off the rails. But the point is, there are some who believe that Brandy and Moesha specifically, the Moesha program, but Brandy as an entity is cursed and curses all those that are close to her. You seem like you're not buying it.
I'm not for it. I feel like the people who have survived on that show have not only survived but thrived. Shout out to Abbott Elementary, Cheryl Lee Ralph. I mean, she looks the same age that she did on Moesha. It's amazing. We need to get her on.
She does. Yeah, no, listen, if she ever is not busy again in the future, boy, would we love to have her.
That'd be crazy.
Just to talk to Cheryl Lee Ralph and try not to say something weird that would mess up everything.
I probably wouldn't say a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I would definitely have jewelry on, though. I would not come in the way that I come in usually. Some kind of I'd be wearing purple for sure.
I get that.
Yeah.
You gotta come in with a sort of royal energy and hope that she can see that on you.
Maybe I'll make some type of gloves out of a Crown Royal bag. or something. We're freestyling. I'll look at the latest GQ. I'll get some ideas.
Listen, you'll get some ideas. I want us to leave on a fun one, and this is a really fascinating one that I'd love to hear your thoughts on. It actually comes to us from a person who I bet you'll know where he's from a gentleman named Troy Walker. Troy Walker.
Hey, Mile High Till I Die, baby. Nutty North Side. What up?
Fuck yeah, you know where he's from. But Troy Walker came with a conspiracy theory that I don't think I'm ever going to get over enjoying. But he said, my mama told me that slavery was faked and black people were already in America.
First of all, no, she didn't, Troy. Shout out to Troy. We just went and got a steak dinner. He got too drunk to walk home.
Whoa.
Putting all his business out. It's like a week ago. I was just hanging out with Troy. Okay. My mama told me that black people were already in America and slavery was not real.
Slavery was fake. There was no actual slavery is the argument.
So he's not saying that does he mean like slavery, like the triangle trade wasn't real? Like they didn't get any from Africa. They were just all here?
So part of where this comes from is that a bunch of people started asking online, why don't we have any slave ships? If slavery was such a big deal and so many people were transferred to America over so many years, why do we never see any old slave ships? And to that question,
why don't we see any old East India tea trading company ships? Why don't ships it's ships, they become different things.
Yeah, I think you're ahead of the game already on what we landed on, but I do think that ultimately was the question sort of being presented. And there are a bunch of people online that go, ain't no slave ships, meaning there were no slaves. Black people were already here. We just got a scam ran on us, which kept us sort of like in this position of servitude.
No, that's stupid. That's for stupid people to think. What are you talking about? It's like heavily documented. It's heavily documented in Africa. It's heavily documented in the Caribbean. It was a system. It's heavily documented in the Americas. Bro, here's the thing, man. We need to quit thinking that people are working that hard to trick us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It gives a lot of credit to the white man of being like a mastermind in a way that I don't like.
Yeah, it's like maybe they were just kind of bad people and they thought they could buy and sell people. They are not thinking about us enough to construct some type of crazy, elaborate, like that, because that wouldn't have helped them. Like that's how we got rich, baby. Is free labor. America doesn't get as rich as America got without free labor. Like the whole reason we are where we are now is because of black people working for free. So it's like you can't really you can't cut that part out of American history and still have us be where we're at.
And I think I will say that part of what the argument is, if I'm understanding it correctly, is that it wasn't they're arguing that the free labor does still exist. It just wasn't under the context and circumstances that we understand it to be, if that makes sense. That we were not captives, but in fact just living here and then forced into free labor in a different way. But maybe they're not.
How did we get here?
Right, and if slavery is fake,
Black people,
yeah,
because you know why Africa is called the Dark Continent is because the coastline is so difficult to sail out of. That's like a big part of why Africa is the way it is. That's why there's not a ton of port city. It's difficult to sail out of. So Africans weren't exploring like that, because it would have still been the same people, right? It would have been West Africans, I assume, if they came by boat. Otherwise, if they didn't come by boat, how else would I don't think that gives credit to Black history. I think that's stupid. I think it's dumb.
Yeah, you're real mad at this one. You're raging.
Because it's as bad as slavery is, you have to acknowledge it in what it did to set this country up the way that it did. So to be we were just here and then they pulled a trick on it, it doesn't give any credit to Black people's role in making this place great. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very dismissive. And Black people, you have to have a way that we got here.
It's very undermining almost to everybody involved except for the white man. You know what I mean? It's sort of everybody else is just a big old dum-dum, but the white man, he could write any story and we'll believe it because he's so smart.
And why didn't they do that with the Native Americans then? You know what I'm saying? That's right. Also, right? Also, what is their... Because we know they were here. What was their role in it? I don't like that one. I think that one's bad. I'll go so far as to say I don't think Troy's mom told him that. I think he Googled it.
Yeah, you Googled this, Troy, and you know what, Troy? Fuck you, Troy, for wasting our goddamn time a second time around with your stupid conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but also shout out. Yeah, we got a big steak the other day. It's a good time.
Enjoy your steak, you drunk idiot, and no more conspiracy theories for you, Troy.
Sipping all those fruity drinks. I mean drinks that were fruit filled. I'm sorry.
But what is Troy? Do you remember what his go-to drink was?
It was they were all. He was just because Troy hasn't been drinking that long, so he was if I want something sweet, and the guy was I got you. And then he had 3, and he kept saying, I'm not going to lie, these drinks are working. And I know, Troy.
All right, big dog. They take it easy on those amaretto sours. You're gonna start to feel your knees a little differently.
Yeah, he was leaning, but shout out Troy.
Shout out Troy. Fuck you, Troy. And I think we did it. I think this was a successful recapping of some of our most classic episodes.
I feel pretty strongly.
Yeah, no, you performed well, and I feel good about what we did, and hopefully you at home feel the same.
Except for the Maya Angelou thing.
And you haven't shit yourself yet. Oh, you're almost done with your coffee. You'll get there.
I'm working. I want everybody to know it's a Starbucks, not to brag.
Yes, the boy goes to Starbucks now. He's a different person than he was previously.
No big deal. I got Martin DVDs. I go to Starbucks. It's just my life now.
David, could you tell the people at home where they could find you, what cool shit you have going on?
You can find me on Instagram at CoolGuyJokes87. You should come out on September 15th in Los Angeles. I'm doing a show at the Elysian. Langston is doing one tonight, but this podcast is coming out too late.
That's right. I'm bad at promoting, but you should go see David at the Elysian on September 15th.
Oh, you should also see Langston Kerman at Faded Comedy Denver at the date that we had agreed upon.
which I know somewhere is recorded, but I don't know off the top of my head right now.
I believe it is the third Friday in October.
Third Friday in October sounds correct to me. The 22nd, yes, it is.
Langston Kerman, Faded Comedy Denver. We got a step and repeat. We got dark liquor. We got light liquor. Don't worry about the brandy curse. Have some
Don't
tequila.
worry. Come get that tequila curse.
Yeah, she I think is like an anti-vaxxer. I don't know, but yeah, come to those things. Look on my Instagram. I'm around.
Yeah, she actually is a Nazi now. If that, it's way worse than
isn't
just
she?
anti-vaxxer.
Isn't she not?
Yeah, she doesn't know though. She has no clue. And I was gonna tell her,
I'm not.
I'm not going to tell her, but please follow David and come see him at the Elysian or any of his upcoming shows. And similarly, you can see me at the Elysian a couple more times. I believe the 27th and the 29th right now of August, I'll be back at the Elysian performing an hour. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, come there. And otherwise, just keep a lookout for other dates. You can follow me at LangstonKerman.com. You can, I guess. I don't do shit on there. But anyway, if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to add to the 100 episodes, 200 episodes of mania that we've experienced here, at least 132 like Martin, then you can send them to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Otherwise, that's it. Bye, bitch.